I want to share an experience I had. Um, this experience is an experience I just had this morning. I woke up from a dream that I had, and I always have recurring dreams of something, or I should say, a woman. I'm having sex with a woman, and sometimes, and a lot of men have this, especially in dieta because you don't have sex, right? Or you don't release in any way at all. And I was having sex, and sometimes I wake up. s- Sometimes I come, I release, and other times I don't release. I wake up before, in the process of my body almost, but I stop myself from releasing, right? And today I woke up and I had that dream. I woke up in the process of almost releasing, and it's always a really beautiful woman, and she always initiates it with me. It's very interesting, or initiate it. But me consciously, I wouldn't do this if I was conscious in a dream because I know I'm in dieta, right? So it's just like something that happens. I'm unconscious in the dream, and this gets me. So I wake up and I start my meditation and breath work upon waking up, like I always do. So I start doing breath work and meditation, and I notice that my thoughts are all over the place, and I'm getting very negative thoughts. That's how I know something is like an entity or spirits are messing with my mind and are present, because it's like there's a lot of heavy, negative, dense thoughts that are trying to pull me. So I was like, okay, there's something here. I need to pull out the big guns. And the big guns, I mean Mapacho. Mapacho is very powerful master plants um, in the Amazon used by shamans. Mapacho is a form of tobacco. Mapacho is considered one of the strongest master plants in terms of protection. Even in ceremonies, you see shamans constantly smoking Mapacho. It's very powerful in cleansing and protecting the space and your own body, right? So I pulled out the big guns and I started to blow it, so to blow intuitively. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna see what's up, like, because I don't just want to blindly blow mapacho. I want to do it with an intention. Very important always. So I close my eyes and I try to pinpoint what is here, what entity is here, what entities are here. Immediately, I come into interface with, I want to say, succubus, that energy, that entity that siphons my sexual energy. And before this day, I never thought to do this and to try to see, oh, maybe it's an actual entity that's like a succubus siphoning my energy from me. I just I never asked myself that question, right? I wasn't aware of it until today. So I came into interface with that entity and I was like, okay, I was like, I don't allow you to siphon my energy because they have to respect your free will, these spirits. I was like, I don't allow you, you are not allowed to siphon my energy anymore, right? So I started to blow mapacho on the entity and directly, and then something came to me, and it like I had an intuitive feeling because I always do this. There's spirits that are just here to mess with you and to bring you down, and then there's spirits that are here to that are an aspect of you that want your help to be able to be transmuted into positive spirits. And these are aspects of you that need to be loved, right? It's very important. There's a difference between these two types of entities. So I paused and I'm like, okay, let me pause. And then I said, all energies, entities that want help go into this space. Like I opened up like a little portal that led to like a safe space. So I felt them all go, like all the spirits that want to help, go into this portal. I closed it, and then I said, okay, now I'm gonna cleanse and I'm gonna send all the negative entities that don't want help away, because there's no point for me to do anything with them except send them away, because I have boundaries. And if they're just going to attack me without wanting to be helped by me, there's no point for me to have them around. And this is where self-boundary and self-respect comes in, right? So I was like, okay, I see them, I feel them. I wouldn't say I see them, I would say I feel them in my energy field. So I'm like, okay, this is where I'm like, I start to smoke the mapacho to them on my body, my energy field, just hitting them with the powerful energy, cleansing and protecting energy of mapacho. And I start to feel them panic and start to flee, like they start to like scram away, but they're still in my energy space, right? That's just the first step, to loosen them from where they were attached with the mapacho, because they're steps. So the mapacho loosens them, weakens them, and then I set the intention, I'm going to send them all to the divine light. Because you don't just want to send them wherever, like let's say in nature or somewhere else, right? Because it can contaminate the nature or the land where you're sending it. It's always best to send these entities to the divine light. So I set intention that I'm going to send them all to the divine light, right? So I start to like send them all with intention. And I'm realizing my intention isn't powerful enough in of itself. Like I'm sending, like I'm like by my own will and energy work, I'm like envisioning me pushing them into the portal, because I open portals that lead to the divine light. And I'm imagining myself pushing them there, but like I it's like resisting. I can't push them there. So I'm like, interesting. Okay. And then this is where my plant dietas come into play. It's powerful how this works. And so far I've just dieted ajo sacha and bobin sana, and obviously mapacho. So I get my chacapa, and I'm like, I start to blow it, like pushing them away as well, like in my space, like, with the chacapa. And then while I'm doing this, Ícaros start to come out of me. Ajo sacha and mapacho Ícaros. So I start to sing Ajo sacha and mapacho Ícaros, cleansing and protecting. And what's interesting is Ajo sacha and mapacho, for those who don't know, Ajo sacha and mapacho both are very powerful in terms of cleansing, right? Because each master plant has its own unique gifts that they're able to use through you and to use themselves. So ajo sacha is a very powerful cleanser. Also mapacho, and they are very powerful protectors too. They push away. That's their gift. Like that's their power. So they push away and cleanse negative energy entities. So I start to sing the Ícaros and I start to call them in. And this is where it's so beautiful. And this is what my maestros have told me as well, how it works. You call in the spirits of the plant and they start to work, to do the work. You don't even have to do the work yourself. You have the aid of these plants to be able to aid with you in battle. It's like you're in battle and you have these warriors by your side helping you against the imminent threat, right? The goal, right? They're helping you towards the mission that you're trying to accomplish. You don't have to do it all yourself, and this is where like the allies are very important, the plant allies. So I call in the plant allies, Ajo Sacha, Mapacho, and I start to feel their power, and all of a sudden I start to feel the negative spirits start to be like pushed away stronger and stronger into these portals to the divine light. So I sing the Icaros and I call in the spirit of Ajosacha and Mapacho. What I find interesting is I didn't call in Bobinsana, which is interesting. I didn't feel the need. And for those who don't know, Bobinsana is more so heart opening plant. She shows you how to love yourself. She shows you love. That's a quick example of it. Even though she's still very strong as well, she more so opens your heart in love. She brings in the she brings in the floodgates of love. There we go. So right now I was just trying to send these negative entities who don't want help, who don't want love, to the divine light, just cleansing them from my space. So once I was done with this, I put down the chacapa, my tool, and I start to. Oh, also I call in my extraterrestrials because I work with extraterrestrials of the highest love, light, and truth who are aiding me on my journey to be able to help the collective. I call them in, and whoever hasn't started working with extraterrestrials, I really recommend you start working with extraterrestrials of the highest love, light, and truth, not of any negative terrestrials. So I call them in, and this is where I start to feel the immense, even more power on my side. Just these extraterrestrials are immensely powerful as well. Um, Immensely powerful and immensely intelligent. These are beings that are at the next stages of our of evolution. These are basically us from the future, the type of entities, beings that we are going to become once we evolve past the fourth dimension, the third dimension, the fifth dimension. So to be able to work with these entities that want to help you aid in the collective, in the elevating frequency of the collective consciousness, this is power. This is so amazing. It makes no sense not to work with these types of entities instead of trying to do it all yourself or trying to work with ancestors or spirit guides that are not of the frequency of these extraterrestrials. So I call them in and I start to just cleanse them. And during this process, you want to stay really focused until like all of these entities are actually set away, right? And you'll know when that happens. And this is why cultivating a meditation practice is very important, because to be able to cultivate stillness, to be able to know when your energetic space is cleansed and clear, that's when you know, okay, this process is done, right? So the process of sending them. Oh, and then after I put my chakapa down, I started to blow my own body, because that's very important, with mapacho. And then I started to I like went out of my own body, and I was like looking, interfacing with my own physical body and my own energetic bodies, because we don't just have a physical body. We have a mental body, uh, astral body, and an emotional body, and things can hide in those bodies too. So I step away from my own body and I'm interfacing, and this is where I start to like scan my body from toe to head, and I use mapacho to blow in the areas where I'm feeling uh, negative energy still lurking around. So I scan, I scan and I blow mapacho to clear the negative energy from from these spaces in my bodies. And then after my body's clear, I blow mapacho to seal my body from any negative energies, right? To re-enter. And then I blow my space to just clear everything out for the last time. And then I seal my space. And once my space is cleared, I focused on the entities that needed help. So I opened the portal back up. Instantly, the entity that I was interfacing with at first, the succubus, came to me. And I was interfacing with the succubus. And instantly, I called him Bobinsana. This is when I knew, okay, Akosacha and Mapacho isn't for this entity. This entity wants love. I'm not trying to like use these powerful plans to ward off the spirit. I'm trying to transmute the spirit into love from darkness. So I call him Bobinsana, beautiful Bobinsana, beautiful plant, gorgeous. I'm dieting Bobinsana right now as we speak. Beautiful, powerful, powerful. Um, so I call her in, and she brings in the love, the floodgates of love, the floodgates of transmutation. Bobinsana is the element water, by the way. She is known as the mermaid. And she grows alongside riverbanks. Call her in, the element water, transmutation, powerful, divine feminine. And this entity had female energy to it, feminine energy, naturally, because I would always see her as a feminine, a woman in my dreams, trying to take away my seed, right, my energy, my life force. So you see this, the perspective is very different. A lot of people would see this spirit instantly as negative or a demon or a succubus and immediately go, no, instead of asking it, what are you? Why are you here? Instead of coming from a place of judgment and fear and separateness, being able to come from a place of your heart space. And this is why it's so important to be connected to your heart space. So I asked it, like, why are you here? Instead of trying to judge it, I sat in stillness, listening and just interfacing without judging. And this is where it was revealed to me that she was an aspect of myself. And usually this is the case for spirits that want your help. They are usually aspects of yourself. Usually. The spirits that are just trying to attack you are usually negative spirits outside of you that want to bring you down. But the spirits that usually, not all the time, want your help are aspects of yourself that you need to take accountability for and transmute, that you need to take accountability for and say, why is this an aspect of me? Why is this an aspect of me within myself? So, sorry. Why is this an aspect of me within myself? Take full accountability and just sit with it. A lot of people can't take accountability because they don't want to feel the negative emotions that they themselves created. That's the funny thing. We ourselves create these negative emotions, these negative aspects within ourselves, yet we don't want to take accountability for it. And taking accountability for it means being able to sit with these things without running away or without judging or without being scared.